Welcome to the Cozy platform. This is how you add a new lead to your account. Firstly, log into the homepage where you now have access to the Lead Manager. Select Leads at the top, which allows you to click the Lead Manager option, which takes you to your own personal CRM system. Here, you can begin adding new leads by clicking the button that simply says New Lead. Once this has been pressed, it takes you to add your first customer. Here, you can click the Add Customer button, which takes you into the customer entry page, which allows you to start capturing your customers' details to process finance applications. There are a number of fields that you need to fill in during this process, so whilst you're with your customer, make sure you fill in as many of these fields as you can so that you don't have to go back later. To start, select their title, input a first name and a surname, and you can even select their gender. Now you can collect some very basic contact information from your customer. You can start by inputting an email address. Next, you can grab their phone number and simply typing it in the phone number box provided. There's also the opportunity to capture a mobile number so that you can have multiple phone contact details for your customer. Finally, in the top section, you need to add a date of birth by using the drop-down options available to you to select the date of birth of your customer. Now we move on to occupancy and income. There are a number of different occupancy types you can select, but for the purposes of this demonstration, we'll select the owner-occupier. Now, select the marital status, and you can also enter their gross annual income and the number of dependents under 18, which are all very important for the credit application itself. Here, you can add the customer's address. Simply type in their postcode using the postcode search box, which gives you a drop down to select their address, which automatically populates the fields. Remember though, this isn't locked in at this stage, so if you need to make amendments, you can change the details that are provided by the postcode selection box by simply clicking and selecting the details you want to remove and replacing them with the ones you want to fill in. Finally, in the address section, you need to select how long they've been at the address for by simply using the drop downs provided. Next, we move on to employment. This is where we need to start capturing the information about where your consumer works and what their job title is and what the business does day to day. Enter a job title, the employer's full name, the nature of the business that they're within, and you can also input an employee phone number. Your customer shouldn't be alarmed. We're not going to be using the employee phone number to start ringing round their employer to find out more about them. This is simply to verify the company information for the credit check. Finally, we need the employer address. Again, use the drop-down menu provided after entering a postcode into the postcode selection box to populate the fields available. Then you can click submit and adding a lead is complete. This takes you back to the customer page. Here, there are a number of options to do. Firstly, should you want to process a joint application, you can add a customer by clicking the Add Customer box. That'll take you to add a customer, but first we need to add the customer's bank details. These are used for verification purposes and are encrypted, and will also be the bank details that are used for the direct debit payment should they be accepted for a finance application. So it's very important to get these correct from your customer to ensure that the direct debit comes from the right place and there are no errors later down the line. Click submit to add these details. Finally, we need to check the address against the lender's bank records. It's really important that the address is correct, so this acts as a second line of defense and should be a very simple button just to click check address, and you can see that the address is now okay. The last step is to complete the customer. You'll see there's now a button that says complete once those first two stages are done. Once you click that, the customer is now locked in and completed, ready to start processing a finance application. Let's head back to the Lead Manager where you can see the lead all ready to go, the customer's completed and ready to start a finance application.